Welcome. In this lesson, we're going to learn to do very simple rotations about the origin. And we'll always do simple rotations in the sense of they'll either be 90 degrees, 180 degrees, or 270 degrees. And the reason it's 270 is that's 90 3 times. The next thing we're going to realize is that we can rotate counterclockwise, which would be in this direction, or we could do clockwise, which they abbreviate CW, which is as the direction of the hand on a clock goes, which is that way. Now, what I like to do is I like to use what's called the rotating L. And the L, what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the origin, because by the way, all these rotations will be around the origin. So what I do is I draw a simple L-shaped figure, a vertical line, straight down, and a horizontal line straight over to the point that I want to rotate. Then that vertical and horizontal L shape, I'm going to rotate once in a 90-degree fashion, counterclockwise, a second time, and which will put it up here, and then a third time, which actually puts the L over here. One thing that you might notice is that a 270-degree rotation in one direction is the same as a 90-degree rotation in the other. But I want you to realize that the length from here to here is the same as the length from here to here, and the length from here to here is the same as the length from here to here. So this point right here would be our rotated point that's rotated 275 degrees around to right there. Boom, just like that. So I'm going to put that point there, and we're going to hit submit, and it's going to go excellent job. In this diagram, we're going to rotate 90 degrees clockwise around the origin. So I usually pick the closest point, and again, I'm going to make this little L shape to this point, and now I'm going to rotate that L 90 degrees clockwise, so I'm going to be going in this direction. And if I rotate it 90 degrees, vertical lines become horizontal, and this horizontal line becomes vertical, which tells me that that new point is going to be right here. This is the rotated image of this point right here. Now I'm going to do that with every other single point. So again, I kind of erase what I did to find that first point, and I'm going to do it again with the next point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way down to -9 and over to 1, or I'm going to imagine that. And when I rotate 90 degrees clockwise, this vertical line becomes horizontal, and the horizontal line that's attached to the vertical line becomes vertical. And this point right here is the image of this point. And then I continue to do that. So in fact, I might just look, I go out another to 8 to get to this point up here. So that's going to be this point here. And then you can actually fill in pretty quickly the other point. So as I go to actually put this in here, I'm just going to graph the, oops, not that point. There we go. This square there. Just be careful that you think about how the rotation works. If there's two squares between the x-axis and here, there's going to be two squares horizontally. There's two squares vertically. When you rotate it 90 degrees, there'll be two squares horizontally. If there's one square horizontally, then vertically there'll be one square. Again, it just takes some practice. Just practice doing this, and you'll do just fine. As you get to higher ones, they obviously get a little bit more complex expressions. They're doing 90 degrees now counterclockwise. So again, I'm just going to draw this little L shape, and if I do it 90 degrees counterclockwise, which is in this direction, okay, this horizontal line will become, or sorry, this vertical line here will become horizontal, and then this horizontal line will become vertical. And so I know that the image of this point G will be right here. And then further along this line, if I extend the blue line out to F, I go all the way out to 9, which means I'm going to go all the way out to 9 to get the image of F, which is right here. Now I'm going to find the next 2 points by doing the L-shaped from the origin out to H, which if that's 6 in the vertical length, horizontally, it will be 6. If I have a horizontal length of 5, I'm going to come down here, a horizontal length of 5, and graph this this third point here, which makes sense because this horizontal line will become vertical if you rotate it 90 degrees. And then last but not least, we need to find E, which actually is kind of easier to find because all I know is it's going to be straight out this way, and it goes 3 beyond this, so I'm going to put it right there. And if you're uncertain if that's the right one, you can always take the time to just think of this line going further out to 9 and then over to -9. So -9, -9. If I rotate it, it's going to go out to 9 and down to 9. And guess what? I did put it in the wrong spot. It's good I used that little rule of that rotating L. That's the correct spot, not that one. And so now I grab my pointer and I put in my 3 points. Oops, 4 points. There we go. And that is now the rotated image of that 90 degrees counterclockwise. And if you end up having any issues with this, please do be brave enough to ask, and I will help you.